Jason Redmond had it momentarily, but taken away by Ubrindle Isabel. Isabel gives it to Cruz up the floor. They work it to Eric Thompson. A minute 22 remaining in quarter number 2. It's 30-28 in favor of Poca, only for a few seconds because Eric Thompson hits the running one-hander to tie it at 30. Our second tie in the ball game with a minute 9 remaining in the first half. Redmond with the basketball, almost had it stolen away, gets it to Dunn, jumper for three is a line drive shot that falls short. Rebound cleared by Blevins of Bluefield. Gives it up to Thompson, Thompson to Cruz. In the front court they come. Beavers jump it back outside to Thompson. Thompson, 18-footer left side short, gets his own rebound, takes it up and scores. Boy, that's textbook basketball. Follow your shot, good things will happen, and it did for Thompson, who has 12 points off the bench. That's the 11th lead change in the ball game. 40 seconds remaining in the second period. Into the front court. The Dots get it low to Lyle. Driving, shooting. Offensive foul. Going to overrule the basket. Derek Blevins stood in and took the charge. Take away the points. Put the first foul of the afternoon on Lyle.
And Blevins came from the weak side, Fred, because Lyle had beaten Isabel on the play. Isabel was trying to front him. He had beaten Isabel on the play. Blevins came over, picked up the charge, gets a nice round of applause as he heads to the bench.
Not from the Poca fans,
That's
though.
right.
30 seconds left in the first half. 32-30. Bluefield on top by 2, and they'll want the last shot of the first half. Boy, it's been a fun ball game so far, and it's for the AA title in the state of West Virginia. Bluefield trying to three-peat. Poca trying to win their first ever state basketball championship. 12 seconds left in the half. Jeremy Cruz, top of the circle, directing traffic. 7 seconds. Cruz moves with it, gets it over to Pinnell. Pinnell with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, lets it fly from 15. No good. Rebound cleared by Poca. That's it. It's halftime at the Civic Center Coliseum in Charleston. Well played basketball game. At halftime, your score: Bluefield 32, Poca 30.
Civic Center Coliseum as the 1997 West Virginia State Championship continues.
We're just about set to start period number 3. The Bluefield Beavers leading the Dots of Poca 32-30. Alan Osborne had to be happy with the fact that they shut down Jeremy Cruz. He scored 14 points in the first quarter, did not score in the second quarter. But Jeff Jenkins, his counterpart, Eric Thompson, picked up the slack and scored 12 by himself.
Exactly, off the bench, Eric Thompson. And every game in this tournament, when Bluefield needed a spark, you know, they've gotten it. They've gotten it thus far. And for Poca, you know, they played a very good first half also. And let's see if they try to even use Lyle a little more here in the second half.
Here we go. Chet Harless has it, gives it up to Sean Surgeon for Poca. They'll move it back out on top to Jason Redmond, and he'll reset the offense for the Poca Dots. They trail by 2, 32-30. Patrick Dunn moves with it. The free throw line extended right, looks for some help and kicks it over the far side. They'll get it to Lyle, back to Dunn. Dunn pump fakes, leans in, off glass, nice. Patrick Dunn scores his 8th point. And we are tied for the 3rd time in the ball game. Cruz or Brandon Broyles rather the other way. Shot won't go, and the rebound pulled down by Bluefield. With the basketball, the Bluefield Beavers, Jeremy Cruz to Keene in the corner near side. Keene tried to drive the baseline, cut off by Redmond, kicks it back to Boyles on the right side. Brandon sends it back to Jeremy Cruz. One dribble, 16-footer, good. 34-32. The lead is 2 for the Bluefield Beavers. Redmond with the basketball for the Poca Dots. Some pressure being applied by the Beavers. And he breaks that and gets it in a pass to Harless. Holding up play set number 2. Jason Redmond with the basketball. Drives down on the left side. Picks up the dribble. Goes in the lane to Timmy Lyle. When he gets that loose and that low on the blocks, he's going to score, which he did there. He's got 12. Tied at 34. 4th tie of the ball game. 6:40 remaining in the period. Basketball knocked loose on the far side. Chet Harless out of bounds to Bluefield. So Beaver basketball tied at 34. Glenn Keene will be the inbound. On the spot, he'll bring it in to Jeremy Cruz. Cruz with 16 points in the game to lead all scorers. Cruz between the rings, looks over the right side, gives it up now to Nick Booker. Booker standing there with it high over his head, brings it to Ubrindle Isabel. Isabel down through the lane. The shot is left short, and the rebound cleared by Poca. With the basketball, they'll work it to Redmond. Redmond being chased up the floor, and he's going to be fouled by Keene from behind. Keene trying to reach over the shoulder and slap the basketball out of the hands of Redmond, and he'll pick up the personal. That's Glenn Keene's first personal foul. He stayed rather error-free this afternoon. Right in front of our broadcast position, Jason Redmond brings it in to Sean Sargent. Sargent gives it back to Redmond. Redmond will bring it into the front court. Picked up there by Jeremy Cruz on the dribble. Picks it up now, goes to Sargent, top of the circle, low inside to Lyle. And Lyle trying to go up. He's going to be hammered and fouled. But again, that's what he does so well. You get him the ball low on the blocks, he's just going to take it straight up and try and score. Boyles will pick up his first personal.
And you can already see the effort, more of a conscious effort by Poca to get it down inside to begin this second half.
Tim Lyle is 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He has 12 points in the ball game. Stands in at the line to the right, trying to give his team the lead. And he does. 35-34, 12th lead change of the ball game. 6:05 remaining in quarter number 3. Lyle now with 13 points on the afternoon. Make it 14 as the 6'8" junior connects again. 36-34, 4 unanswered points by the Dots, and Bluefield throws it out of bounds. Turnover number 7 against Bluefield, as that time Glenn Keane just could not chase down the long pass. The Dots with the inbounds. Jason Redmond looks, can't get it in, and takes the timeout. 6:01 remaining in quarter number 3. You're listening to exclusive Metro News coverage of the 1997 quarter number 3, and again a timeout taken when Poca could not get the basketball inbounds. Let's see if they have better luck this time. They do, as they get it easily into Chet Harless. After the timeout, they set the inbounds play up they wanted. Harless gives it back to Redmond. Redmond into the front court, being closely guarded by Jeremy Cruz of Bluefield. Tim Lyle hit the deck, picks himself up as he and Booker are really going after it, and now the foul's going to be called. Booker and Lyle have really been pushing and shoving, and I mean pushing and shoving. One time, Mr. Booker knocked Mr. Lyle to the floor. They got back up and continued their pushing and shoving, and Booker picks up the second personal of the afternoon. Poca basketball, team foul number 3 against Bluefield in this second half. Inbounds play comes out on top to Patrick Dunn. Dunn works with it on the dribble, spots up, 19 and a half feet out court. Actually, be about 19-10 because it's just outside the line. It's a three-pointer.
He was basically unchallenged on that one. Bluefield's got to at least step out there and put a hand in his face.
And that's 7 unanswered points by Poca to open up a 5-point lead with 5:25 remaining in the third period. Jeremy Cruz with it on the right side. They bring it near side to Booker. Booker at the free throw line. Kicks it back to Cruz. Jumper, no good. Rebound long. Taken down by Chet Harless of Poca. He'll give it up to Jason Redmond. Redmond will bring it across the timeline. Picked up there immediately by Cruz of Bluefield. Redmond over on the left side. Goes down inside the paint. Kicks it to Tim Lyle. Back to Sargent. Back it goes to Redmond down in the corner to Dunn on the left side. He'll send it to Sargent. Sean looks, gets it back to Dunn. Dunn drives the baseline, and he's going to be fouled. Beyond the floor will not be a shooting situation. It'll be Poca basketball out of bounds. Personal foul will be called on the Beavers, Glenn Keane. That's his second.
Coach Danny Gaither looking for some instant offense, so now he's going to the guys who can give it to him off the bench. Both Pinnell and Thompson checking in for the Beavers.
Yeah, if I look for instant offense, I think Eric Thompson might be one good name I'd definitely pull out of the hat. Booker will check out along with Brandon Boyles for Bluefield. Oh, they do say it was a shooting situation. So Patrick Dunn will go to the line. He has 11 points in the contest. First opportunity from the line. First one's good.
And Coach Allen Osborne decides to size down just a bit. Sargent goes out, and he brings in Canterbury.
40-34. That is 8 unanswered points by Poca. Make it 9. 41-34. That's the biggest lead of the contest. Poca has it with 4:53 remaining in the third period. To the right side, Eric Thompson works for the Beavers. Top of the key they go to Eric Pinnell. Pass stolen away. Tried to go to Cruz. Stolen by Dunn. Dunn has it slapped loose from behind. Nice hustling defensive play by Eric Pinnell. He made the bad pass, but he didn't let it bother him. He got back down and played defense and knocked the basketball out of bounds.
That's quickness that saved you 2 points.
And he knew after that mistake he'd better go do something, or he was probably coming out of the game. That's intelligence, too. Poca basketball. Dunn works with it. Top of the circle. Has Canterbury on the left. Comes to the right to Chet Harless. 4.5 minutes remaining, third period. Harless moves in. 16-footer good. Boy, what a nice, soft jump shot by Chet Harless. He has 12, and it's 43-34, and the outside jumper is off the mark. No good. by Bluefield's Pennell. Rebound cleared by the Beavers. They go into Isabel. His shot won't go. And the rebound cleared by Poca. Danny Gaither desperately trying to get the timeout. Jeff, they didn't see him.
Yeah, didn't see him. He was trying, and they had 2 possessions there and didn't see their coach.
The other way, the Dots, Chet Harless score again, and I think they saw him this time. Danny Gaither wanted the timeout. The trip previously down the floor. They didn't see him. They took a couple of ill-advised shots. And Poca grabbed the rebound on the second miss, went down, and Harless scored again. He's got 14. All of a sudden, it's an 11-point game. The Dots on top. They have scored 13 unanswered points.
And that's on a 5-for-5 shooting here in the third quarter, and you got a couple guys getting hot again. You have Harless and you have Dunn, and they're doing all of this really without Lyle down inside. All of this is their perimeter game.
Patrick Dunn has scored 7 points in this quarter. Chet Harless has picked up 4. That's 11 of the 15 scored in this period so far by those 2 young men. Jason Redmond has not scored in the game so far. Sean Surgent, not that much of a scorer, has not been all season long, but his presence, being 6'7", just makes folks change the shots. He's an outstanding rebounder as well. And
for Bluefield, Lyle has really taken Isabel out of his game. We've not seen Isabel's not been a factor at all, and his inside shots, the couple he's attempted, have hit underneath the rim. Good point. Ubrinal Isabel has no points in this ball game. He came in averaging 17.5. 4-minute mark at quarter number 3. Bluefield and Poca. Poca on top. Beavers have it on the right side. They'll go to Pennell. Almost traveled with it. Gets the pass back out to Eric Thompson. Thompson on the dribble. Works against Chet Harless. Top of the circle. They go to Jeremy Cruz. Cruz needs to get active again as well for the Beavers. He'll get it over to Thompson. Thompson, top of the key. Backs back out on the dribble. He'll work it left side. Get the basketball to Pennell. Back to Thompson. Spots up. Can't get the shot away. Pennell takes the 20-footer. Good. Eric Pennell hit the 3-pointer, 45-37. That stops a 13-0 run for the Poca Dots. 3:23 remaining in the third period. Dunn drives to the basket, put up a prayer, had it answered, and he was fouled. Patrick Dunn will go to the free throw line. Count the basket, whistle the foul on Ubrinal Isabel of Bluefield. His second, 47-37. Dunn has 9 in the quarter, 15 in the game. And he'll go to the free throw line where he's 2 of 2 this afternoon. A 6-foot junior. I'll tell you what, when you look at this Polka Dot team, AA teams at best beware next year as well. They start 4 underclassmen. 48-37. The lead is 11 for Poca with 3:15 remaining, third period. Thompson with it on the right side. Can't get the shot away. Gets it to Cruz. Cruz loses it in the lane. Picked up out of there. We're going to have a held ball. It belongs to Bluefield. On the alternate possession, it'll belong to the Beavers beneath their own basket. Glenn Keene will be the inbounder. Danny Gaither now looking for one of those patented runs that Bluefield has made so famous here in the capital city. Right now, it's the Dots of Poca on a run all their own. Momentary timeout while we wipe up some perspiration. Hardest working people at the state tournament other than John McKinney are the ball boys. Bluefield looks to get it inbounds, and they do so. To Jeremy Cruz on the right side. They'll go to Eric Thompson. Thompson works with it, with the dribble, bounces back out, looks down inside. They can't even find Isabel anymore. Now, finally, he escapes along the baseline. Shot no good. Rebound, whistle, and a foul. You're going to call it on Bluefield for going over the back. Whistle the personal on Glenn Keene. That's his third. .252 remaining in the third period. It's an 11-point lead for the Polka Dots. Tim Lyle has the basketball for the boys from Putnam County. Trapped in the backcourt, and we're going to have a pushing foul called on Pennell. Eric Pennell pushed off on Patrick Dunn, and Pennell will pick up his first. We're going to walk the length of the floor as Poca will be at the free throw line on 1 plus the bonus in this second half so far. The Dots have not committed one foul. 0. Patrick Dunn, we show him 3 of 3 this afternoon. He has 10 points in the quarter, 16 in the game. 1 plus the bonus. Good. Poca really in control now, Fred. They're very poised. They're playing well both offensively and defensively. Still a lot of time remaining against a talented Bluefield club, but you can just see with each passing second more confidence among the Dots.
Free throw is missed by Dunn. Rebound cleared by Redmond. Knocked out of bounds by Isabel. Give it to Poca. Who are jumping after every loose basketball, jumping into the passing lanes, making the smart shots. Inbounds, they'll work it to Lyle. Lyle kicks it back to Dunn. Dunn on the dribble over the left side, brings it back out on top, works it on the right side to Harless. No one picked him up. Pops up the three, won't go. Rebound to Lyle, loose in the lane, bodies flying for it. Coming out of there with it, we've got a held ball that belonged to Poca. There were 1, 2, 3 red shirts on the floor for the Polka Dots. Bluefield's Eric Pennell reached down to tie him up. Dot basketball with 2:29 remaining in this third period. Poca leads by 12, 49-37. Inbounds play comes to Tim Lyle, kicks it to Harless, cross court to Eric Canterbury. Canterbury goes low along the baseline, lost momentarily, picked up by Lyle. They'll send it back to Canterbury. He kicks it top of the key and works it to Patrick Dunn, and Dunn resets the offense against Eric Thompson. 2:15 remaining in quarter number 3. Basketball slapped out of bounds. It said it went off the knee of Patrick Dunn.
Good call.
Good call.
Excellent call there.
The official right on it. Excellent call. So give the basketball to the Bluefield Beavers, trailing by 12, 49-37 as we approach the 2-minute mark of quarter number 3. Eric Thompson works with it between the circles, sends the pass over to Eric Pennell. Back up it comes to Thompson. Thompson almost walked, gets it over to Pennell. Jumper for 3, short. Rebound comes out long to Eric Canterbury, has it stolen away. Held ball belongs to Bluefield. And now Bluefield, particularly Eric Pennell, has stepped it up defensively a little bit.
But they look very tentative on offense, Fred. They know they need some points, but you know they're kind of concerned with their outside shooting, and that's really what's carried them for a large part through this past 3 days here in Charleston, and they need someone to step up and start hitting some shots.
Gillis Walker returns for Bluefield. Glenn Keene checks out. Sean Surgent, Jason Redmond back in there for the Polka Dots. Eric Thompson directing traffic, top of the circle, brings it down on the left side. They get it to Cruz. Cruz goes into Walker, has his shot blocked by Surgent, and the rebound cleared out of there by Poca. Boy, that height. That's something as a head coach you love to see. Jason Redmond, left side, top of the circle. They'll get it to Harless. Harless stands there with it, then puts the ball to the hardwood, sends the pass over to Redmond, drives the baseline, misses the shot. Rebound tipped up by Lyle. Is it going to count? I think it will. He's going to be fouled. The official has not signaled yet. Over the back, count the ball, count it. Gillis Walker will pick up the personal, his 4th. He'll count the basket for Lyle, and he'll go to the free throw line. It is 51-37, 14-point lead for Poca High School. They have outscored Bluefield 21-5, and they say it was after the shot, 1 plus the bonus. They count the basket? I don't think so. No, only the 1 shot, and it goes out of bounds on the rebound. So he misses the free throw either way. 1:21 remaining, third period. Boy, what a third quarter it's been for Poca. Brandon Boyles is going to check into the lineup. And Jeff, as you mentioned, those outside shooters for Bluefield being a little hesitant, so Danny Gaither trying to get someone in there that at least will pull the trigger and give them a chance.
1:20 left in the quarter. Let's see how this goes. This could be key. Will Bluefield get some momentum heading into the 4th?
It's been a 6-0 run by the Polka Dots to extend this lead to 14. Thompson for the 3-pointer, no good. Rebound, tipped around inside. Walker had it, can't get it to fall. Ubrinal Isabel follows it up. It'll count, and he's fouled. So they crashed the boards a little better that time. Surgent and Lyle were both down in there, but didn't make any difference. Surgent picks up his first personal foul. Isabel scores his first 2 points. 51-39. He'll be at the free throw line trying to complete the 3-point play. Glenn Keene getting set to check back in the Beaver lineup. Isabel has it. 51-40. Keene will check in. Isabel will check out and get a breather the last 65 seconds of this quarter. Canterbury back into the lineup for the Polka Dots. Sean Surgent checks out. Ready to go, Poca basketball. Redmond brings it into Lyle. Lyle gets it right back to Jason Redmond. Here come the Dots into the front court. Pass sent on up ahead to Harless. Harless down in the corner to Dunn. Dunn drives in, kicks it at the free throw line to Lyle. Back it comes to Harless. On the far side to Canterbury. We got a 3-second lane violation. Whistle it against Jason Redmond of Poca on the turnover, which is number 11. You give it back to Bluefield. 53 seconds remaining in this third period. Important trip every time down the floor if you're Bluefield, trailing by 11. Thompson has it on the right side, well outside that three-point arc. Puts it around the perimeter. Basketball knocked loose. Diving into press row is Patrick Dunn, knocking a few things loose. Thank goodness Petey Bevins was there. He saved the day once again. 11-point lead for Poca. Bluefield with the basketball. Jeremy Cruz over on the right side. Works it to Eric Thompson. Thompson on the dribble. Looks, gives the pass to Boyles. Left side to Cruz. Cruz drives. Running one-hander. No good. Rebound. Ripped down by Harless of Poca. Looks up the floor with 20 seconds left. Allen Osborne wants one shot. Harless with it into the front court, being dogged there by Eric Thompson. Sends the pass over on the left side to Canterbury. Back it comes to Harless. 10 seconds left, third period. An 11-point lead, 51-40 for Poca. Harless on the dribble, sends the pass to Canterbury. Spots it up for three, no good. Rebound to Bluefield. Point one, they'll not get a shot away. We've come to the end of the third period of play from the West Virginia State Championships in Charleston with your score, Poca 51, Bluefield 40.
For this afternoon's doubleheader, 7,888. The WVSSAC.
If you're at halftime of a basketball game for the AA title, you trail by 2. You probably say into the dressing room, boy, it'd be nice to come out and have a big quarter. Poca was trailing by 2. They came out and had a big quarter as they outscored Bluefield 21-8 in that third 8 minutes. And it's time to cap it off with one more quarter of action. It'll be Dot basketball. Redmond brings it in. Gets it to Patrick Dunn. Dunn into the front court. Picked up by Cruz. I think you're going to see an all-out, drag-out war this final 8 minutes. Canterbury over the left side, top of the circle to Harless. Harless gets down on the right side to Patrick Dunn. 51-40 the score. The lead is 11 for the Poca Dots. Top of the circle, Redmond. They go inside to Tim Lau. Boy, he's being fronted. He's being backed. Somehow he gets the pass out to Dunn. Basketball knocked out of bounds. Last touching Bluefield.
One of the key stats throughout the game has been the inside defense of Bluefield, or of Poca. They've held Booker, Isabel, and Patterson to just 4 points on the day.
Isabel getting set to come back into the lineup. He will on the next dead ball for Bluefield. Polka dot basketball. They send it way back into the backcourt. Chased down by Patrick Dunn. He's picked up immediately by Jeremy Cruz. 7.5 minutes left in the ball game. An 11-point lead for the Dots. Basketball stripped loose. Picked up by Bluefield. Stolen back by Poca. And we got a personal foul called against the Beavers. Well, Redmond didn't quit. He went down the left side of the lane, had the basketball stripped loose, and instead of quitting on it, he dove right back into the fray, came out of there with the basketball, and was fouled. Personal will be whistled on Jeremy Cruz. That'll be his first. Isabel checks in. Gillis Walker checks out. Again, Bluefield trying to three-peat. Poca trying to win their first ever state championship in basketball. The success has come so easily on the gridiron in football. On the basketball floor, still searching for that elusive state title. They are only 7-19 away from grabbing. They lead by 12, 52-40. As Redmond gets his first points of the afternoon at the free throw line to the right. He cashes in on both. And it's 53-40. Bluefield with the basketball on the right side. Thompson works with it, gives it to Cruz. Cruz between the circles, stops top of the circle, now takes it on the dribble on the right side. Entry pass, they go to Keene, short jumper, no good, but he's going to be fouled by Eric Canterbury of Poca.
That's one of only a few entrance passes deep into the block that Bluefield's had today, and even when Keene got it down inside there, he hesitated before he shot the ball, because when you got those big guys down inside, especially Lyle. I mean, Lyle even intimidates on the foul shot. Look at him. He looks right at the foul shooter and has both hands up like he could block it from there.
He's 6'9", looks to be about 6'2" of arms.
And I think he just got a little warning about that from the official. I think his hands are going to stay down this time.
Is that a rule?
I don't know.
Interesting. Well, both free throws are made by Glenn Keane. He doesn't make any difference whether you put your arms up or not. 53-42 with his 11-point lead for the Polka Dots with 7 minutes left in the ball game. Basketball, they trap it in the backcourt, but somehow they break the pressure. Dunn to Canterbury, driving, shooting, scoring. Oh, boy, what a recovery by the Polka Dots. 55-42 the other way. Bluefield's Jeremy Cruz for three. Won't go. Rebound ripped down by Lyle at Poca. Outlet pass up the floor to Harless. Harless into the front court. Goes cross court to Canterbury. Canterbury kicks it back to Redmond. Redmond on the right side to Chet Harless. 6.5 minutes remaining in the game. 13-point lead for the Dots of Poca High School. Entry pass to Lyle. Takes it and slams it. Put the hammer down with both hands. 57-42. As Timmy Lyle hits for his 18th point. That's the biggest lead of the contest, 15 for the Dots of Poca.
Isabel took a chance that time, tried to front him, and he gambled and he lost. Lyle made him pay.
Cruz with the basketball for Bluefield into the front court. Eric Thompson gets it to Brandon Boyles. Boyles back to Thompson. Jumper for three. No good. Rebound. Dunn had it. Lost out of bounds. Last touching Bluefield's Jeremy Cruz.
Bluefield has hit most of their outside shots in this tournament, except for today.
Eric Pennell will check into the lineup. You can feel the electricity from the Poca fans. You think they smell a AA state title? 6 minutes left in the contest. Their ball club up on top by 15. And they have the ball. Harless sends it up the floor. They get it up ahead. Patrick Dunn stepped on the sideline right there, right in front of us. And they get it right back to Bluefield. Turnover number 13 against Poca. And Cruz has the basketball for the Beavers. On the right side, Thompson back out on top to Cruz. Cruz had 14 points in the first quarter. Since then, he's had a field goal. That's it. Inside they go to Keene. They get it to Isabel. He travels. And you know why he traveled, Jeff? One name, Tim Lyle. Tim Lyle was getting set to front him. Isabel saw it and traveled. Harless with the basketball, almost had it stolen away by Eric Thompson. Gets it into the front court, gives it up to Tim Lyle. Lyle into the midcourt stripe said, what am I doing with it here? He gives it up to Dunn. Dunn through the lane, lays it over the iron, no good. Tipped up and in by Tim Lyle. He's got 18. 59-42, lead is 17 for the Polka Dots with 5:20 remaining in the ball game. Jeremy Cruz, 18-footer good. Nice job by Cruz. He's got 18. 59-44. The lead back to 15 for Poca. As we approach the 5-minute mark of the ball game, Redmond into the front court, has it stripped loose, gets it back, whistle and a foul. They're going to call it on Bluefield. It'll go on Cruz, or they call it on Redmond. Oh, they call it on Poca.
Cruz had stolen the ball, and Redmond was retaliating.
I thought he pointed towards the Bluefield bench. But they call the foul on Poca. That's Redmond. Here we go. Bluefield with the basketball. Top of the circle. They get it to Pennell on the right side to Thompson. Thompson gives it up to Glenn Keene. Keene drives off glass. Nice. Count it for Glenn Keene. He's got 6. 59-46. 13-point lead. 4 unanswered points by the two-time defending AA state champions. They will not go down without a fight. Driving the baseline. Dunn will go to the line. He's going to be fouled.
Bluefield on an all-out assault, trying to create as much confusion against Poca as possible. But Poca has a couple of settling forces in there, and one of them is Patrick Dunn.
No question. Dunn will be at the free throw line to shoot 2 times. Poca is on the double bonus. Right-hander's good. He made his first 4, then missed one, and now he's back on target again. 60-46. The lead is 14 for Poca. Came into this ball game 20-5. Count the next one for Patrick Dunn. 61-46, 15-point lead for the Dots. Bluefield with the basketball. Jeremy Cruz Top of the circle they go to Eric Thompson, off the mark with a jumper, rebound cleared by Lyle. He gives it up to Chet Harless. Harless will bring it down the right side of the floor. 4:25 left in the game. Pass up the floor is long, knocked out of bounds. The last touching Bluefield's Glenn Keane. It belonged to Poca.
They've been going with the smaller lineup here. Canterbury playing for Sargent, and it's worked well.
Well, the Dots have played well.